Yo guys, how's y'all day going? I hope it's doing good. My day's going good too. Some things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about in the comments. I want you guys to tell me which is a better brand, John Deere or Case, yeah. For me personally, I prefer John Deere because they're really good vehicles. They're like really good vehicles to use on a daily basis. You're on a farm and you need to move equipment. John Deere is your go-to. Unless it's really heavy, then Case, because they have the Case LX Striker class. It's a really powerful tractor. Big Bud stronger. Search up Big Bud if you want to understand a little bit better. But we're going to be talking about differences between them and personalities between the companies. So some things that are different between the companies is their names and brands. Case is a smaller branded company with not that many people that work within their factories. Well, John Deere, on the other hand, has more people working in factory because they're trying to make more technological and technologically advanced tractors that have like radar sensing. They're able to see things that like Case and Claas and Big Bud won't be able to see. So John Deere is basically saying like, hey, we're going to become as modern as we can from like 1983 to now 2025. It's seeing an extremely big amount of a jump. But throughout the history of them, all that they're basically saying is like, okay, we understand that our company is trying to perform on a higher scaled level. And since we're trying to perform on a higher scaled level, it's going to take us a second to try and figure out and say, okay, so since we understand like, okay, this and this and this has been happening, well, this and this and this has been happening, we need to understand 100%, okay, this is what needs to be done at this certain time during this certain session. And we need to be able to understand that and say, okay, whatever like John Deere or Case says, whatever they say, just go with it. But differences now between them, we're going to talk about that. Differences between them. John Deere and Case. Tractor brands. John Deere's is green. Case is red. You can take me down to a Case farm. I'll prefer the cotton harvesters. Possibly. Then if you look at the John Deere, theirs are round bales, while Cases are squared. There are some, it's like a 2019 model, but it's a Case cotton harvester. It's a very old brand, but it's a good brand. Case is a good brand, but John Deere is just fantastic. It's a good brand to use on your daily basis on a farm. But if you're like saying, oh, hey, I'm going to do like, I'm going to plant a lot of stuff, but I need 2 tractors. You're going to want to use your Case LX Striker and a John Deere 7, let me check, hang on. ADAR. You want to use a John Deere ADAR because if you're doing karting, that's different. If you're karting, it's the ADAR all the way home because it's a good brand. John Deere is just straight up itself let me blur myself down a little bit. There we go. John Deere itself is just a great brand because they're able to communicate with each other better. They're able to have higher personalities. You can get a lot of money just by working at John Deere itself. And the mainly important thing for that is don't stress yourself on it. Never stress yourself over something that you shouldn't even be stressed about.
So if you're being stressed saying like, oh, I'm not going to get the job at John Deere or Case or Kloss, whatever, don't panic. The companies are looking for people all the time because they need to understand, okay, this person is capable with this. Well, this person is capable of this. We can put him in a certain area. Like, let's say you're good at building something. If you know the company well, they'll probably put you on like a production line. But if you don't know the company well, you're still gonna have to go through training no matter what. Because me personally, even though I know most of not a lot, but I know some stuff about it, I'm not like a professional farmer that's saying, hey, here's how this works and this works. I can understand it because at the moment I'm also playing a game that's basically based on farming. But they're not. You can go ask any farmer in the world, and you can ask them which brand would you prefer. Give them 2 brands, and I will probably 80% guarantee you they'll say John Deere. I said 80% because I don't know. Maybe it's a 50-50. They'll say you give them 2 brands. You say you have 2 brands, John Deere or Case. If you give them that, there's a 50-50 chance that they'll probably pick John Deere. But if it's like a really big farm and you need to do things fast, they might say John Deere. But unless it's like something that like they don't really need to do, or it's something that might be completely different, then you don't want to waste your time trying to find a job that you might not even like and might not even be good at the same time. And so it's always important to understand, like, okay, John Deere and Case, we get them. They're good. They're good brands. They are very good brands. They're very trustworthy brands. But then it's like it comes down to you having to look through and say, like, even though most of like the companies and all that, even though some people might say like, oh, yeah, John Deere's a good brand, they don't actually understand like how good of a brand they actually are. John Deere is, you can look it up, considered one of the most highest bought tractors in the world because of their power, capabilities, and easy to access repairs. If your engine breaks down in a John Deere 8R, pop the hood up and you can fix it. While in a combine, it's actually at the back of a combine. In the back of a combine, there's a huge engine compartment with levers that you can pull up, and then you can easily be able to access it. Well, underneath is like a drive shaft too. If it's tracked, then you can just do all that. But some other important things is to always understand that, number one, there's never been a time in John Deere they're saying, we don't want to worry about this, we don't want to worry about this, and we don't want to worry about this. They're trying to take steps one step at a time. They're moving slowly through it all. They're not saying, we 100% understand every single thing that this person is saying. Versus, let's hear some opinions on what you're saying. Let's hear some opinions on what you might say. Let's hear some things on, like, what does this person and this person say? How long do we have until this person doesn't decide to work for the company anymore? How long do we have until the new tractor? Questions that people can be answered if you actually go and ask the company. The company can answer a lot of questions because they're the company who makes the tractors, owns the tractors, and repairs the tractors. Even though you can be the farmer and you technically own the company's tractor, the company will give you the tractor, which is their increase in their, aka, profit. Their profit is extremely high, which also means they're able to make a lot of money. Because the higher the money that you have, the more money that you have, the higher your income will become. Which is why they say, okay, since we're seeing that we have an increase in income, we're going to release a new tractor. And the new tractor can be like a John Deere 9RX, aka the best combine in the world. But it's always important to never Never over stress about something that you shouldn't be over stressed about. And just think, how long do I have until this thing released? How long do I have until this certain thing released or this certain thing released? So it's always important to think, do I or do I not need all of this equipment to basically be farming? Do you need it? Do you not need it? When do you need it? Where do you need it? Those are just the kind of ups. There's like the ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster a little bit. With the profit, back to that profit thing, here comes your profits going up, and then it could drastically go down. Then it could go back up, and then it could just come back down, go back up, come back down. It's not just a straight line that goes up. If that was the case, companies would be insane right now. But there's always got to be that just one drop that fixes everything and then brings it back up. If the companies were just drastically going down, they would need to talk to somebody saying, okay, we understand that everything is going perfectly fine, but our company right now is losing money unbelievably fast. Can we try and figure what's out is happening? And you just don't want to go up and say, hey, your company's losing money extremely fast, fix it. No, they'll you can say like, hey, we understand that your company is losing money. How can we assist to help? You can do a lot of things to help. You can offer to help the company, offer to help literally anything that you want. But the mainly important thing is just don't stress about something that you don't need to be stressed about. So, keep that in mind. Remember, if you feel it, you chase it. We'll be coming back soon, hopefully live. And we have reached 53, possibly more subscribers. Guys, we are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. It will just be a moments of waiting, just momentarily waiting until we get the clearance from my parents that I'm able to go live streaming. And then once the case happens, yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. We will see you next time or tomorrow. We'll be talking about personalities between two companies, John Deere and Claas. Their company differences, their ups and downs. Fall break is coming. Enjoy it. Peace.